Hello, everyone. I just got out of the movie The Sound of Freedom. Uh, Maybe 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, just walked to my car. First word that pops into my head is incredible. Um, 10 out of 10. I've never seen anything like that with the subject matter that actually was of this importance. Uh, I've seen a lot of movies, and it's entertainment and fantasy stories and traveling and adventure, love stories. Uh, and this had a lot of those themes, but just the general nature, the subject matter of child trafficking really, really hit me. Recently had a child close to 2 years ago. He's going to be two October 1st. Um, so just seeing the story unfold on screen with what they were talking about just really, really hit me. Um, I'm not going to spoil anything or say anything too revealing. Uh, you know, I just, incredible, incredible. Um, just to have a greater breakdown of what I just saw. Um, I didn't really read too much about the movie. I knew that there were some media related articles, to say it nicely, uh, such as, things like, Disney had purchased it years ago and they shelved it for 5 years. These were just things that I had read and I had seen. I also follow the box offices, and, it's just a curiosity of mine just to see if the movies I go to see are doing well. Maybe they're not. It's just kind of a stats kind of a thing. Um, I like baseball, so I follow stats. Um, and that's a whole nother subject. Why do people follow how much movies, how much are movies making nowadays is a main kind of talking point. You know, I thought about that recently. Um, but this one was on my radar for a few weeks now, and it had been sold out in a lot of the showings that I wanted to see. Um, I'm sure I could have got in maybe in a nosebleed section in the back corner or somewhere in the front row, but I like to sit in the middle and really absorb what I'm seeing, and connect with the characters and the scenery and the music and a lot of those good things that I enjoy from a good movie, and the story, obviously. Um, so I wanted to see it, and you know, in a supportive kind of a way, knowing that the movie was shelved, that it was stopped, that there are parties out there that did not want the general public to see this for 5 years. I mean, that's a long time ago. That's 5 years ago. I mean, that's pre-pandemic. That's we're talking 2018. When the blockbusters of Marvel and DC, you know, were really, really, ruling the cinemas. I don't know about DC as much, but a different kind of film, it was really dominating, the scene at the time. So, and to know that Disney had this when they had, Marvel and Lucasfilm and Pixar and these other studios that they had, for various reasons. Uh, Personally, I don't like to get too political on these things. I know that there are a lot of agendas. This film covers a lot of that, some cover up stuff, some reasons why maybe people don't want to get too involved. There's a lot of red tape, that that the main character has to go through. I mean, it doesn't get too into it, but it definitely correlated with the story, the reality of the picture seeing the light of day, and the story. Definitely there's a correlation there, and you know it just comes down to a movie like this. I hear about a movie that studios don't want you to see, and I see that it's doing well. It's something I want to see and I want to be a part of, and I want to join in on. Knowing that some of the reviews that I've seen have been, it's great. So, I'll start off with a basic review of uh, the main character. I enjoyed the main character, based on a true story, based on a real human that did that. Um, you know, I'm doing this from my car, right outside the theater. I just got out 10 minutes ago. And to be honest, this is the first review I've ever done of anything in a video. So to get back to the movie, just to sort through my thoughts a little bit. Normally I would be driving home, maybe quiet, just kind of thinking about what I just saw and just kind of soaking it in. But this is kind of a new exercise for me. The main character, like I said, the acting was great. The side characters were great. I mean, the movie is about the children, and imagine the most horrible things that these predators do to these kids, and you're just like, it's heartbreaking, but there's more. There's like anger, there's like a lot of anger. If you think about what you would do to these people, what should be done in a legal way, like lock them up for life, and other various forms of legal punishment. Just different things that you think about. Like it's just horrible. I will say that the music is good. Really keeps you going. The story was good. It was a great tempo. Just want to say, just the scenery. It was a movie. It was a movie. It wasn't a documentary. It was based on a true story. It told, just a great story, and from the beginning you're locked in, and 2.5, I think it was less than almost 2 hours and 20 minutes, plus the 30 minutes of previews. You're just like, oh man, how many more horror movies are we gonna get? Like, oh my god. But you're locked in, and then you stay to the very end, and the actor Jim Caviezel does he gives a like a speech to the audience, thanking them, and really driving it home, that being afraid is one thing, but helping and making towards change is something completely different. You can be afraid and just kind of sit there, but you know, I applaud, you know, the courage of the filmmakers, because I don't know where they filmed it. You know, it's mentioned in the film that they're in Colombia. You know, I don't know if they actually went to Colombia, but you know, just the courage to make something with you know, subject matter that really, you know, strikes a chord and really has a high, excuse me, a high level of importance. Um, Made me proud to see it. Made me happy that I saw it. Uh, you know, there's touching moments. You know, I don't want to say anything that happens in the movie, but it does have like the traditional story arcs, you know, that you find in other movies. You know, little snippets of kind of levity, you know, that aren't necessarily, you know, humorous. You know, you're not laughing like crazy, but you know, these people are human, and you know, they're working within the confines of the story, and they're trying to save these kids. And I'm very happy that I saw it. I'm proud that I was part of, you know, the box office, you know, to wake people up. And you know, like I said, to think that they wanted to shutter this, you know, I don't want to get too into the reasons why. I'm sure there's a lot of reasons with a lot of people that did not want this out there, but it is, and it's doing very well. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you.